What I'm going to be doing with these rhymes is that I'm going to put them on Buy Me a Coffee. I'm not going to leave them up on YouTube. I'm not even going to put them up on YouTube most of the time. The one addressed to Travis Hunter was so that you could get an idea as to what's going to be on Buy Me a Coffee. I've got two other rhymes like that on Buy Me a Coffee already. And at the time that the one addressed to Travis Hunter goes off of YouTube, at that same time, it's going to be available on Buy Me a Coffee and on Passport Bros app. They're not going to be free. Sorry. But also, one other thing. There is a regular speech recording upload. I've already recorded it. And it's at the same time that prose goes down off of the YouTube channel. Another one is going to go up, not addressed to Travis Hunter, but addressed to the rest of us, as a way to know when there will no longer be more Travis Hunters and PJ Washingtons amongst us. See, what's happened is at first you had Brittany Renner. She knew the game and she gave it. And then Leanna Lene figured out the game. And you're going to have more and more non-black women who will have learned from a half-black woman how to get this game going, what this game is. That's another talk for another day. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you about a double standard that we are going. It's actually a crucial double standard that we need to go in to put in place and promote and never apologize for putting in place and promoting. And this double standard is the double standard of the combination of benefits. We have the right to look at women and say, look, your job is to look, which is very easy because men have different types, to look good and bring in a beauty that matches the outer beauty, which is easy because it involves voluntary behaviors. These are the things that we require. And you have set up and said, if I look even half this good, I'm not going to act half that good. Those are not going to go together. We're not going to do that. We're not bringing this stuff to you all. We'll try to do it for a rich man. And even then, when we get tired of doing it, we'll take half and leave him too. But what we're not going to do is be beautiful on the inside and the outside. And even if I've been ugly all my life, as soon as a man thinks I'm beautiful, I'm not going to be as beautiful in the inside as he thinks I am on the outside, because why does he deserve it? Now, the difference between them saying this and us saying, why should I look the part you want, have the money you want, and then behave the way you want, is that for them, they're artificially taking combinations of things that it takes to keep a husband and saying, we're not going to bring the full package. They're artificially saying that they can't combine them. These things are not mutually exclusive to them. They're not rare and expensive and can't be sought after. And that's not true. They're just saying they can't do both. And it's two. When you look at what they want from us, well, it starts off threefold, but underneath each one of the three are several things under the umbrella. They want us to look a particular way. But then that involves a lot of details. They want us to have a lot. And the amount they want us to have goes up all of the time, and it never goes down. And that right there is halfway involuntary. And then they want us to behave a certain way, and that's always changing. They're hyper scrutinizing whichever way you do choose to behave. You alpha, you're oppressive. They don't even know what it means. He never listens to me. He just gives orders and commands and barks them, and that's it. Now she's oppressed. He listens to me. He cherishes me. I wish he'd grow a pair. See, you can't win. So that's another double standard we need to have. We get to say what standards they need to meet. They need to fuck the shuck up about what standards they want us to meet, because we've already been trying to meet them and they changed them. It is more important for us to listen to what parents, especially dads, would want for a daughter, and that's if the dad ain't no damn simp. It's more important to listen to that than it is to listen to her talk about what she wants, even though she's the one with whom you got to live. Because frankly, if what dad wants for her is very different from what she wants for herself, that right there means red flag. They need to have a talk. You fit to guck up and walk out like what Will Smith did on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. When the chick wanted a gangster, but the dad wanted a Princeton Harvard grad, and finally they were around him at the same time, and he just had to realize he was neither one, and that they needed to have a talk. They needed to sort this out, and that was actually at the crux of what's destroying the black family in the West. Not just the USA, it's period, but in the West. That was at the crux of this. You get it? She was the problem. Dad was a problem. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was just caught in the middle. He was the last one that should have tried to be anything different to try to impress that bitch or her dad. And he was the only one changing, trying to impress them both. Meanwhile, Carlton was a virgin and about to run off with this single mom. Boy, that series gave us a lot of game, didn't it? But yeah, we needed to go ahead and just make that a double standard. Yes, we can talk about what standards they're not meeting. They don't get to talk about what standards we're not meeting because theirs aren't even standards. They're just moving goalposts. And not only that, most importantly is this. For them to look the part that we want and to act the part we want are both pretty easy. Most men have different types, so many women will find some man that likes the way they look. All they got to do is act the part. Behave the part. These are behaviors. These are voluntary. They are chosen. Women control these things. So one is damn near a guarantee, and the other one is up to them. That's it. When it comes down to what they want from men, these things are changing. They're half voluntary at best, or completely involuntary at worst. And then not only that, but they are mutually exclusive. They do go against each other. Gentlemen, you know what the hell it takes for you to get money, for you to earn money. And that's normally not going to be some large sum of money in a short time. You know what the hell that takes. And since you know what the hell that takes, it forces you to become meaner than what you would want to be. You have to be a dick at some point in your life to accomplish anything that's going to actually profit you later, even if the profit is small. You got to become a jerk If you like law, you still got to study it and pass a lot of exams. And to study it, you got to sit up here and spend a lot of time reading and studying and telling everybody, stop fucking calling my phone. Leave me the hell alone. I'm studying. I don't hate you, but I got to get this thing done. Don't interrupt me. That's what has to happen. And you have to get to that if you're going to be considered a viable and successful man. Hell, just undergrad. Just that. There's some point where you're going to have to be a dick because you're going to have a professor like me that's going to tell you, if you don't take this thing seriously, I will make sure you can't pass, because that's who the hell I am. You either know the subject already and you're just taking it to prove that you know it on paper, which is the only kind of student that's going to coast through this, or you don't know all of this stuff yet. You got to learn it. You're going to study it. And if you do, you can pass. But you're not just going to coast through this class. You're not going to be in my classroom and then you answer the phone when somebody calls. And you just pass the class later. You don't even get to look like you cheating around me and still you pass. Nope, doesn't work that way. So you're going to go through something that forces you to be a jerk and to be a dick to someone and not be there when they want you to be the way they want you to be because of some other responsibilities you got to meet. And you're going to face that. And it ain't going to never stop until you finish a particular course, make the grade you need to make, and then go on to the next level in the studies, do it again until you graduate. And that's going to turn 3 or 4 years into what feels like 8 or 10. That's what you're looking at. That's what you have out there waiting on you. Nothing else. Ain't no other way for you to make it. If you come up with something, you invent something that's going to make a lot of money for you in a short time, that's not going to be a long-lived episode, because one day somebody else is going to invent something to make yours obsolete. So then you got to be not only lucky, but you got to stay lucky and smart. Have the right business lawyers. So that's what it's going for you to make for you to make the money they want you to have. That right off the bat, right there, is a problem. And then to turn around, make that money and go home and be submissive to them. Are you serious? Provide, but let them lead. Protect, but let them lead. You got to be out your damn mind. That's why it is that we had a right to have this double standard. Tell them what they need to do and what they need to be, because they already look the way they need to look for some not man, but some men. So they got choices. And the behavior is voluntary. It's far easier for them. All they got to do is make the right choices, really. The looks have been taken care of. And it is for the men to have to sit up here and do and be and have what it is that these ladies want. And most of that's not even voluntary. And these ladies don't even have the decency to admit it. I shouldn't even call them ladies. So take that double standard and proudly proclaim it. Yes, you got to be thin, feminine, friendly, and cute. And you should be happy if I am in shape and I'm responsible and I'm not in a financial bind. Because it does take a hell of a lot more for you to be what they consider to be just a decent guy. A guy that's not disgusting. Takes a hell of a lot more for you to be that type of guy than whatever it takes for them to be a woman that's called wife material. Those are two different scenarios. So bring that double standard into play and don't apologize for it either. I hope that this helps out. Thank you for listening. As always, black heart, black mind, black out. Black heterosexual non-select male power because they don't like it, and black patriarchy until extinction or judgment day. Thank you for flying with us again here on Jet Black Airways, where the phrase jet black is also a verb. Keep jet black with us till the wings and the wheels fall off. Gender justice forever.